This is Computer Insider. I'm Bob Pritchard. The more I use my smartphone, the more things I find I want to do on it. I happen to be using an Android, but whatever you happen to use, the problem is the same: data use. So today, some easy tips that will save you a ton of bandwidth charges. Even when you're out driving around, not really focused on your phone, it's a busy little beast checking for updates, running ads, and refreshing your user content in the background. The good intentions are there, but most of the time, the conveniences these practices bring don't outweigh the depleted data reserves. It's time to tame those apps. So tip number one in saving money on your data charges: head to Google Play Store and tap Menu, Settings, Auto Update. Here, make sure that Auto Update apps over Wi-Fi only is selected. You also have the option to choose Do Not Auto Update Apps, but that's less preferable since you'll have to remember to update those apps manually. Sometimes you forget. Tip number two in saving money on your data plan: restrict background data. Even apps that don't allow you to fine-tune data settings could still be loading background data. In Ice Cream Sandwich and later versions of Android, one way to find out which ones are guilty is to go to Settings, Data Usage, and scroll down to reveal a list of apps with accompanying data usage stats. Then tap an app to see its usage data. Take a look at the two numbers next to it on the pie chart. Foreground refers to the data used when you're actively using the app, while background reflects the data used when the app is running in background. If you notice an app is using too much background data, scroll down to the bottom and check Restrict Background Data. Just note that these settings override any conflicting app behavior, like an app that would otherwise update your bank account every few hours or so. Tip number three in saving money on your usage plan: take advantage of preloading and caching. As data constraints become a reality for most smartphone owners, developers are including options that make their apps less demanding. Don't let these apps go unnoticed. They'll save you heaps. Tip number four: download files on Wi-Fi only. Unless you absolutely have to, refrain from downloading songs, movies, or large files while using cellular connections. It's common sense, but make sure to do any downloading only while you're using your Wi-Fi. Tip number five: cache maps before traveling. With their new offline feature, Google Maps now allows you to cache maps. It takes some time to download them and does require a chunk of storage space, but once a map is downloaded, you'll be able to view and navigate it without using your data connection. Here's how. First of all, check sync settings. With automated syncing, Google makes sure that your accounts are updated anytime you change anything on the Google platform. Unfortunately for your data plan and battery life, that means that your phone is constantly pinging the server to find out if new content needs to be downloaded or uploaded. There are a couple of ways to temper this. Fine-tune sync settings. During the initial phone configuration, you probably opted into the account syncing. By default, everything is set to sync, including things like Photos, the Play Store, and other Google apps. You don't necessarily need all of those items syncing, especially data-heavy ones like Photos. To adjust your sync options, head to Settings, Account, Google, and select an account. Here, uncheck the boxes next to the items that don't absolutely need to be synced. Repeat the same process for other accounts. After that, you can manually sync accounts by visiting their respective apps. Reporting for Computer Insider, I'm Bob Pritchard.